Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. My name is Meir Gabay, Director at Medatech UK. Very excited and happy to see you all. Thank you for attendance. We'll start the day with some health and safety instructions. Keith? Yes. Please.
Morning, everybody. As Mayor says, quick health and safety. There are no fire alarm drills planned for today, so if the alarms do go off, we will need to treat it as a full exercise. The fire exit is just behind you there through the main door. If we are in the dining room at the same time it goes off, again, there is a door outside. The assembly point is on the far side of the car park. Big green sign. Can't really miss it, hopefully. There is no smoking or vaping in the building, but if you do want to smoke or vape anywhere outside in the car park is absolutely fine. If there is a first aid emergency, if you contact a member of staff, we will put you in contact with the first aiders on the site from the organisers. Thank you. Enjoy the day.
Thank you again for coming. Thank you, Medatech team, for preparing this event. Feel free to come forward. Don't sit in the back. There are some free chairs around here. And thank you for your work throughout the year. Our main goal today is to report to you about what we have done this year, our plans for the future, and of course, address every issues you might have. And once you leave at the end of the day, I hope you will be ensured, you will feel confident that we are doing our best, and you have a platform to work with for the foreseeable, for the long term, for the future. I'll start, by the way, we are taking videos of all the presentations, and we'll present them on our website after the event. So if someone couldn't make it, too busy, they can still view the presentations. And of course, if you want to see a presentation again or something that you feel that you want to view again, then feel free to visit our website and have a look. We also take some still photos during the day, so look at your best. Start with the agenda, so some updates from Medatech, and then Gil Michaeli, Head of International Priority Software, will present priority updates, to be followed by Fode Sila, our General Manager, Medatech General Manager, that will explain and present our developments, third-party modules, how we develop, why we develop, when we develop, and what we have developed in the last year. After a short coffee break, Eyal Katz, Head of Innovation at Priority Software, will present AI and the future of ERP. AI is a must. Everywhere we go, everyone's talking about AI. I believe that this would be a very interesting presentation, even though I admit I don't understand it all at this point. To be followed with Ian Walsh, our sales manager, that will present new features from version 24 and 24.1. 24.1 still hasn't been officially released, but still we have an early release that we can present to you. And to end the second seat, Mark Maleli, IT manager for Cars Tools Steels, will present a customer presentation about 20 years of using Priority. After lunch break, James Wright-Smith, our account manager, will present Priority Analytics, which is quite new to Priority. Priority have redesigned the BI module, and James will present it, to be followed by Cherry Malam, our support manager, about hints and tips. This is a presentation we didn't give last year, and the response wasn't good because because it seems to be very popular, so we brought it back again. Before the closing session, Q&A, there will be a National Motorcycle Museum presentation. We are here, a nice venue, so at least let's learn a bit about motorcycles. The closing session will include Q&A. During the presentations, we will not take questions. Of course, during the breaks, feel free to approach the team, network with each other. We'll be more than happy to address your questions. At the end, there will be a closing session, and of course, in Q&A, you have notepads on the table, so you can make notes so you won't forget. And before you leave, there will be some more refreshments at the dining area, so you can take something for the road, including exposable cups, before you leave. All right, let's move on. And the first item I would like to introduce are the trends. What are ERP trends going forward for 2025? Everyone can Google trends, and everyone can have his own view, and every consultancy is trying to be innovative and invent some trends. I try to focus on the main 6 events, and I will not only present them, but I will also try to explain how we try to address them and what are we doing to address each and every trend. The first one, you might be even curious. You'd say, hey, Meir, you talked about it 2 years ago. You mentioned it last year. How come cloud is still a trend? Yes, cloud is still a trend because cloud is advancing, cloud is evolving, and it offers now better scalability, it offers reduced costs, almost zero overhead, security is becoming better and better every release. So cloud is a trend. We see clients going to the cloud, new names and also older clients are moving to the cloud. And I think that in a few years, it will be a non-issue. I mean, unless there is an MOD or regulation that force you to use your hosting or on-prem installation, everyone else will go to the cloud. The adoption rate is increasing. We are using AWS Dublin Cloud, and the infrastructure is becoming better, safer, more secure, scalable. So as AWS improved their cloud, our offering is becoming better and easier to use. And to port a client to the cloud is not a big job. It's a few days work for us. Then there are 2-3 weeks, 1 month of testing, and then we go live. So it is something that's available to each and everyone in this room anytime you feel that is the right time to do this move. The avoidable AI. Everyone speaks about AI. The next step is beyond AI is ML, machine learning. Deep learning is something that is still work in progress, so we're not going to discuss it right now. But let's start with AI. What's the difference between AI and ML, machine learning? AI is a tool that gives you better perception, understanding of your data. Not only your data, but it can collect data from other sources. Machine learning is like you can define it as software that writes itself. It is learning your behavior. It is learning the data that has been used by AI, but it's also able to generate tests or code that you didn't program. It's like a software that programs itself. I give a short example. Let's say you have a production line, and this production line has a reported production, malfunction, labor. Over a year, there are probably hundreds of thousands of records
linked to this production line. AI will analyze this data, maybe merge it with external data, and give you insights. For instance, if ABC happens, the machine is going to break down next week. This is something you cannot perceive, and even if you download to Excel to reach this insight, cannot be done on a human mind, but AI can do it. ML will learn the pattern of this production line and reportings over a period and might add some tests that you didn't program. ML will define more malfunction codes, will define more tests and execute them. This is something that's beyond the ability of AI. So this is a short example. Eyal, on his presentation, will present AI in more detail, and I think it will be fascinating. What are we doing in this respect? So there are notifications coming from Priority version 24 that can guide you. For instance, if you are doing a special query or on the BI module, there are some patterns that it's difficult for you as a user to follow or to identify. Priority will provide those notifications. Right now, it's early stages, but there's a lot coming on future versions in this aspect. Mobile. Again, like cloud, you might say, what's new about mobile? Adoption rate of mobile is increasing significantly, but still mobile applications become more easier to use. The user interface is easier, network coverage is better, and it will save you time, resources, and costs. Priority are investing a lot, and we are investing a lot in developing those capabilities, and Ian will present the new user interface for our mobile app. Next is the user interface. What is the difference? User interface is the basic way any user uses a software. For instance, a menu goes from top to bottom, tabs go from left to right, and so on. Customer experience, CX, is a bit more detailed and aimed at your customers. For instance, hazardous material are in red, and some items have the shape that allows the customer to recognize the item without really reading all the text or the details involved. By the way, EX, employee experience, is similar to customer experience, how you tailor the user experience or the front end to your employees or to your customers. So the new name acronym is HX, human experience. This is one step beyond, and it allows you to tailor your front end to each individual thoughts, feelings, even cognitive abilities. It's something that is very unique to the individual, and how do we implement it in Priority? For instance, there are notifications. Some of you that have upgraded to version 24 probably noticed that as you use Priority, you receive all kinds of notifications. Maybe you would like to change the format of the way your form looks like, or would you like us to save this query? Those notifications are personal. Two different users who use Priority differently will receive different notification. So this is a first step in the direction of a human experience. Okay, cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is something that is never ending. You might receive a message, it might be a WhatsApp message, a Slack message, a Teams message, it might be audio or even video message from your boss, asking you to transfer 20,000 pounds to a vendor account, to a supplier account. It might not be really your boss. With AI, you can do those messages. Just a short example from one of our clients who sent on an unsecured line a transfer to his bank, transfer order. The bank made the transfer, but the supplier never received the money. Started to investigate. All priority definitions were right. Hackers intercepted this transfer order, changed the account, and complete the transaction to the bank, and the bank executed. So hackers are becoming more and more sophisticated, and we need to add more and more security to our systems to avoid those instances. The new technology is called blockchain, electronic signature. This can secure the messages I just mentioned if it's not fully secured on blockchain technologies that have some layers on it, then we wouldn't execute it. And of course, the multi-factor authentication, the data encryption, and the continuous monitoring of your systems. There is one flaw that we always need to remember is human. If you give your login details to someone or you execute a transaction that has been requested without full authorization, then all the security in the world will not avoid such instances. But if security is in place, it can secure supply chains, visibility, and it can mitigate risk and allow you to keep doing your business without interruption as long as you keep a high standard on security. The last trend, the sixth one, is called no-code, low-code. Advanced, top-of-the-line, cutting-edge software allows you to customize your software or your platform without writing any code. Now, for many years, there has been a debate. What is better, best of breed or a single system, one platform? This debate has been decided. The best is not one or the other. The best is a flexible platform. So on the one hand, you enjoy the robustness of a integrated platform. On the other hand, you can customize it to your own needs and integrate it to any third-party applications. And many new products or applications support low-code or no-code. The trick is to allow it on existing systems, existing ERP solutions. Priority has been designed from day one to be flexible, and right now you can integrate Priority, you can customize Priority with no code. So we are in a very good position in this aspect as well. A bit about Medatech, 2 slides. 2024, how was this year? So during this year, we attended 15 events and exhibitions, putting a lot of effort into marketing. Over the year, we had over 60 demos, presentations, and it's still ongoing. We keep our monthly newsletters by our Marcom department. We had 20 plus go-lives for new names and for new accounts that have more sites. We developed 4 new third-party modules that Fode will present later on. Server migrations, upgrades, and cloud migrations. When I'm talking about an upgrade, it might be from version 20 to 24. So it's one upgrade, it's not 4. And we addressed over 4,000 service calls to date. If I try to drill down about the support and service calls, because this is a very significant part of our offering, then the median time to acknowledge a call was 9 minutes, is 9 minutes. 65% were opened by email, 19% by our support portal, and 16% by phone. We need to make a real effort and try and shift those numbers towards our support portal. There are a lot of benefits for you and for us when a support call is recorded on the portal. You can follow up. If you like to have statistics, it's easier for you. There are many, many reports in our portal that you can review later on. So next time, before emailing a support call, which is the natural way to do and maybe the easiest way, write the email and then copy-paste to our portal, please. It will be easier for you, a lot of benefits, and I think it's more structured for us as well. We document each and every service call. Doesn't matter if it's opened by phone or by mail. But please try to make an effort towards our portal. If I try to break down to severity codes, so 60 out of the 4,000 service calls, 60 were defined as critical. Critical is priority not working, or something very fundamental in my business isn't working. I tried to look into why 60 criticals because it looked too much for me, almost one per week. So 25 of them were infrastructure related, has nothing to do with the software. 5 had login issues that we sort quite fast. And 20 are general code. This is something that we need to fix because when you cannot really define a service call, you define it as general. And before closing a service call, our support team adjusts or updates the severity code. So this is something we need to work on for next year on those 20 critical. 8% were major, classified as major. 75% were minor calls, and the remainders were just inquiries. I want to ask something. It's not really an issue or a problem with priority. I would like also at this point to encourage you to use our website. Our goal is that every time each and every one of you visits our website, you'll see something new. Just to emphasize on the support, you can start a support call on our support portal. There is also a support feedback that is very important. Those feedbacks reach Medatech management team. Every feedback, there are 3 fields there. If you have anything that you want to tell us, just use the support feedback. Free text, you can write anything you like, and in 10 seconds, each and every member of Medatech management team will receive your feedback. There is tutorials that almost every priority document, webinar, document or webinar appears here on the tutorials. On the news, every newsletter that we send out is documented. So if you missed or you want to look at a past newsletter, you can just have a look here. Or a priority newsletter as well. Usually priority send out 2 newsletters every year. So you can have a look at them here. And the last is the user conference. Past user conferences, usually we save 2 years. All the presentations are there. And of course, this year, after we end this day, we will post all the videos on our website. To end my presentation, I will use this opportunity to thank Phil Nichols, Medatech founder. Come, Phil, join me, please, on the podium. It is a very exciting moment. Phil Nichols, Priority Medatech founder, decided to retire at the end of this year. Fode, join me as well, please.
Phil founded Medatech 23 years ago in his study at home. He had the dream, he had the courage to live a safe and secure job, and he had the talent to execute. And the fact that we are all here is thanks to Phil's vision. Every founder's challenge is to ensure business continuity after he leaves. Phil achieved it, and I can guarantee that Medatech will continue to grow and succeed after Phil leaving. And of course, it's a good time to thank Phil in my name, in each and every team member in Medatech, and all our customers. Thank you, Phil, and wish you well.
I won't keep you long. I'm not going to describe each and every one of those 23 years to you, because I know that the full program that we have today, if past years is any experience, then we'll have trouble getting through it all anyway. But basically, what I'd like to say is that the last 23 years, as far as I'm concerned, has been a blast. Okay, I've enjoyed absolutely every one of those 23 years. I say to every new person who ever comes into Medatech, look, 50% of your waking hours is probably going to be at work. Whatever you do, make sure you enjoy it. Okay, it's absolutely vital. Okay, that's something that I've lived by, a philosophy I've lived by all the way through, and it's borne me very well. As Meir said, I'm stepping back from Medatech. I'm not completely stopping, not completely retiring, but I am dropping down to a couple of days a week of doing some other stuff. Okay, but really, what I need to do right now is to thank all of the people who have been involved in this. It's been a wonderful, exciting time for the last 23 years. I'd like to thank, obviously, Meir. He's provided a lot of support all the way through that time. We've obviously, for the past year, been doing quite a lot of succession planning. I'd like to thank Fodi as well for stepping up and taking on the role that that I'm leaving. And of course, all of the staff that we've had over the years. Okay, every single one of those members of staff, it's been a privilege to be working with them. Okay, they're an absolute star team. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of you have benefited from a lot of things that they've done with you. But finally, I'd like to thank all of you. Okay, our customers. Without you, Medatech would be nothing. Thank you for coming on this journey. It's been absolutely, as I said, it's been a blast as far as I'm concerned. I hope it has been for you as well. Basically, just thank you very much for all of your time over the last 23 years. Thank you.
Thank you. As Phil mentioned, Fodi will replace Phil, and there's a small present for you, Phil.
Just show it's Bremon.
Marvelous. Thank you very much.
And there's a Medatech logo engraved on the inside.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.